opinions on social media. And I promise you, it's not a thing, you don't have to be social media savvy, you just have to know the basics. You don't need to know much. I think Dr. James Selly did a great job on social media today. And I'm not going to be here to train on social media. I'm just going to share with you something I've been personally doing, and it's really worked wonders for me that on a weekly basis, I literally have 5 presentations just from social media. Who's interested in knowing how to do this? Okay, the number one thing you've got to do is what James was speaking about today. You've got to professionalize your Facebook. If your Facebook has a name other than your name, you already have a bad start. You've got to change your name ASAP. Your name cannot be a fake name. Trust me, no one's going to rob you, no one's going to search for you, no one's coming for you. Just make it your real name. My name is Ahmed Mukhtar on Facebook. You don't see me as the Ninja Turtle on Facebook. Just doesn't make sense, right? Or you don't see Ahmed Santiago on Facebook. Does that make sense? It's Ahmed Mukhtar. Does that make sense? Make it your real name. Don't make it any other name. So that's my first encouragement I'll have for you. Make a Facebook or your Instagram, make it your real name, because it's about leveling up, it's about professionalizing. Can we agree with that statement? Now, perfect. So here's what I've been doing, and it's really worked wonders for me, because I understand the world uses Facebook. So what I do is, on a day-to-day basis, you see on social media, if you just type London, or let's say you type Oslo, or let's say you type Gothenburg, or you type Malmo, or you type any country, any city, any country, if you just type that in, even Birmingham, if you just type that in, it literally shows you a lot of random people from those cities. And Instagram, you can search hashtags. So if you just go on a search tab on Instagram and just put hashtag business, entrepreneur, motivation, you'll see everyone that's posted about something motivational. Does that make sense? And I've been doing this. So I just do that, I search for people. Let's say I randomly click on Semi Yarar's profile. I'll just simply go on the message button straight away, and all I do is I send Semi a thumbs up times 2. So 2 thumbs up, like 1, 2 emojis, right? I send him 2 thumbs up. Why? Just in case he misses the first one. Don't ask me why. But I always send 2, right? So I send 2 thumbs up, that's it. 3 things can happen. Semi reads that message and ignores it and thinks I'm a psycho, no problem. Or Semi sends me a thumbs back, or Semi replies back with a message saying, thank you very much, or something along those lines. Now, as soon as I get a response, an impression back, then that's a doorway for a conversation. If Semi ignores it and they just say, seen, move on to the next person. Now, you guys are going to see the law of averages here. So now Semi messages me, and let's just say, scenario, he says, thanks, or he gives me a thumbs up. The first thing that I say to Semi is, great profile, or very nice profile, or I like your profile, or keep up the great work. It can be anything along those lines. Now, it's very important because I was having a conversation with 2 leaders on my way to this venue, and what they said is they've been broadcasting everyone, saying about opportunity, blah, blah, blah. I kid you not. If you're messaging that person more than 4 lines, you're saying too much for a conversation. So here's what I do. Semi messaged him back. He said, thumbs up. That's all he's done. Or he says, thank you. I say, very nice profile, or I love your posts, or I love the motivation on your profile, or keep up the great work, whichever one. And then I add on to that, I'm just intrigued by what is it that you do. Oh, I work in a pharmacy. Oh, I'm a student. Oh, now think about this, I kid you not, I've sent people posts that have crappy profiles. Absolute horrendous profiles. But I say, awesome profile. Because I know they need an opportunity. I can see their life looks bad on Instagram anyways. That's besides the point. Anyways, what now I do, right? Now that they reply to me, I'm just intrigued by what is it that you do. I'm just a student, I just do this, I'm a bus driver, whatever it is, right? As soon as now it can go 2 ways. They can reply back saying, what is it you do? Now think about this, you're already a network marketer. James spoke about how to polish up your profile, how to make it look good, how to make it pleasing to the eye. Straight away, if they like your profile, what are they going to ask you? What is it you do? Or if they don't, no problem, I'm going to show you how to counter that. So let's go on scenario number 1. What is it that you do? Here's what I now reply. I always reply, I mentor and coach people on financial success. Do you look at other ways of making money? Very simple. Do you look at other ways of making money? It can go yes No, what is it? If they say what is it, there's a 1 through 10 presentation on YouTube. If you just type James Sellu on YouTube, you're going to see a presentation which is done by James Sellu and he's verbally speaking. I kid you not, I just send them that link. Now two things can potentially happen. They watch it, they don't reply back, or they watch it and they reply and say, I'm interested. Or they watch it and say, I'm not in. That's the maximum that can happen. Now can you imagine if you did that to 100 people a day, what would your averages be like? I kid you not, every night, I take 30 minutes out of my night, and I literally just write a template, thumbs up, and I message 100 plus people every day. Every day. That's all I do. Thumbs up, and I open the gateway for conversation. You do that, imagine you've got the gateway to 2 billion people, 700 million on Instagram. You can only imagine. You don't need to send a broadcast out saying, oh, I'm looking for people, I'm looking for leaders, blah, blah. You don't need to do that. And I promise you, if you don't have social media, you need to get with the times because the world's changing. It's like me saying, no, I don't believe in smartphones. You've got to get with the times. Does that make sense? It's very, very important and the world's changing rapidly. Did I help everyone? I would honestly encourage you, try that. I promise you, I've been getting 5 new presentations a week. And this is why people ask me, Ahmed, where do you get people from? I kid you not, no one wants to join me or no one just stops me on the street saying, wow, you're driving a Lamborghini, can I join whatever you're doing? No, it doesn't work that way. I always do it through social media. Does that make sense? Very, very important. And use the edification process. Like, what James was speaking about, send them mentors profiles. James Sellu's, Daniel Islam, Abu Bakr, Abdul Sharif, any of the leaders, really doesn't matter. Jerome Lancaster, Hamza, it really doesn't matter who. Send them the profile and just say, hey look, these are one of my mentors that are working alongside with me on this project. Can you imagine if you did that 100 times a day? How many recruits do you think you'd be getting? So how many of you have never heard me speak about this before by raising hands? So let me just ask you a random question. Hey you, yeah, with a green. What do you think would happen if you sent that to 100 people a day? Just be honest. If you sent it to 100 people a day, what do you think would happen? Sorry? You'll get some replies. Now think about this. If you never send it to 100 people, what would happen?
Nothing.
Definitely no replies. Can you see the difference? So that's the way that you want to see. Does that make sense to everyone? Perfect. So guys, so what we're going to do also, quickly, before we select the 5 raffle winners, we're just folding them up as we speak. We got a few to go. Just before we do that, team coordinators and hire, we need you guys to stay back for 15 minutes after this rally. Literally 15 minutes of your time. We're going to have a brief discussion. 15 minutes, that's all we need for the TCs and hire. If your IBOs are with you, just tell them to wait outside for you 15 minutes. I promise you it's not going to kill anyone as soon as we select the raffle draws. So how's everyone feeling so far about the Rotterdam Convention?
Awesome!
Guys, I would encourage you one thing, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to start 9 a.m. sharp. Please do not be late. I promise you when I say tomorrow is going to be an extraordinary day. The other thing I would also encourage you to do is a very, very short day tomorrow, so we're not going to have a lunch break. Please, under no cost should anyone be out of their seats from 12 p.m. onwards. Because